Hello everybody, it's WonderCat, and I have not had anything to give you guys in a long time. Today is the Pokemon Showdown battle. I just started the Pokemon Showdown thing. I got into it after playing a bit of the DS game and realized competitive Pokemon is a thing. So I open up for Alligator here and Focus Sash, which means that even if this guy takes me to a full KO, I'll still have 1 HP left if he one-shots me. Of course, he doesn't do this for Toxic, so I get another Dragon Dance off. I'm trying to raise my attack high enough that I can take this thing out. I don't want to be super effective in something. I end up going for the Waterfall. His goes down. Actually, I don't know what that was. I know that that's in my low. I went for Crunch. I knew it was super effective on it. I knew he was trying to make me water move. I did not manage to take my Electric out with the Crunch. I do get another Crunch here on his, that's called, that's the Bulb Pro, I think. Regardless, it's not going to go down. It has Roost, so I go into Espeon here, and my hope is that I can get off of the phone lines, which will boost my attack and special defense, special attack and special defense. He's going to go for the Roost to get himself back up. What ends up happening with Espeon is that I'm not able to, survive the hit, so I'm not able to use those calm lines to my advantage. I actually did not want to use them with Espeon himself. I wanted to baton pass them into either Slurpuff or Snorlax, depending on how many I could get off. But that didn't work, so it came down to Plan B here, and Plan B actually ended up a pretty big thing. So I went into Shuckle. It's contrary. I have Shell Smash on it, and I'm just trying to bolster my defenses at the cost of my attack and special attack and speed. But the thing about Shuckle is all of those stats are worthless on him. You're going to be attacking with turn-based moves as opposed to attacking moves that, well, damage. Things like Toxic and Infestation and Wrap certain people can run, Sand Tomb. But the point is, they'll do damage on their own, but Shuckle's not going to do. So here I'm sitting with Shuckle. I'm trying to get a bunch of Shell Smashes off. He actually uses Knockoff and knocks off my leftovers, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world because I still, on this particular Shuckle, have Rest. But that Flinch scared the hell out of me. I thought that Icicle Crash was going to kill me. I barely hang on, and that RNG is important to know because it's going to matter later. Alright, so anyway, I get off my Rest. He goes back into his Milotic and decides to recover. I'm like, yo, you can set yourself up just fine. All I need is to wake up. If I get a Toxic on you, then if you sit here and recover all day, it doesn't matter because the Toxic eventually over time is going to do more damage than the Recover is going to heal, especially if I have you in Infestation. I would love to have Wrap instead of Infestation at this point because I don't run into a whole lot of Ghost types, and Wrap, I think, prevents them from switching off, whereas I don't think Infestation does that. But it's whatever. I'm fine with Infestation for the moment. Turn-based damage is really going to get to him. It looks like my Shuckle's in trouble, but again, I have Rest, which just allows me to fall asleep maybe for 2 to 3 turns and get my health all the way back up, which wouldn't be so great of a thing on this Pokemon. But on something as defensively bulky as Shuckle, he's going to sit there and take any hits that this guy throws at him. This guy at this point, this guy just does not know what to do. So this battle, as you see, is already at turn 21. And boy, it's going to keep going. My Snorlax is set to have Stockpile and Rest as well as Belly Drum, so it can sit there and do the same kind of things that my Shuckle is doing, with added damage, which doesn't end up mattering later, spoiler alert. And Shuckle's just going to keep going. Normally, Toxicking or burning Shuckle would be the right way to go, but since I have Rest on this Shuckle, it's just going to heal that right up. Rest is really the only way to protect it from Toxic or Burn. It does not have a lot of base hit point bulk. All of it's in its defense, special defense to prevent direct attacks. Eventually his Pokemon just goes down from Toxic. It's pretty much no-brainer. So he brings out Ampharos here. He's got a lot of his Pokemon set to Shiny. I couldn't care less for something shiny or not, except for Raichu, which maybe I'll explain what the sentimental story behind that is a little bit later. But for right now, the play-by-play here, Toxic goes ahead and gets onto his Ampharos here. I'm probably gonna rest here. Yeah, I did. And at this point, I'm gonna wait for that toxic damage to slowly seep up, and he knows that. He's gonna keep Dragon Pulsing me. He's hoping for a crit, because that's the only other real threat to Shuckle and to my Snorlax as well. There's like a 6.7% chance that you crit somebody, but if you crit them, it goes through their defenses. So bulky defensive strategies like this actually don't work if you're against Pokemon that are crit machines. So I wouldn't want to do this in front of a Gen 1 version, that's for sure. Alright, so he's going to just go ahead and go to the Volt Switch. He realizes there's nothing to do, and he goes back into that Evolved Murkrow. I just go for Shell Smash, knowing that he's going to change out, predicted it. He goes for Brave Bird, which, that's a move that does recoil yourself in exchange to try to get some damage. That's not going to do anything to Shuckle at this point. He's already got ×3 in his defense, his special defense. And with perfect IVs and EVs and stuff like you get in Pokemon Showdown, his base defense is already 500 some odd at this point. So there's pretty much nothing that this guy can do. He's just either going to hope for a crit or try to whittle me down or something. Really, a crit is getting me. So I just go for Toxic again. Probably want to go into the station as well. Any turn-based damage I can get. He goes for Rest himself. He doesn't want to lose that Ampharos. He goes Sleep Talk. Sleep Talk is a move that allows you to hit while you're still asleep, but sometimes it's unreliable. You can get Rest while you're Sleep Talk. Anyways, I go for another Shell Smash. I'm now at ×4 defenses, so this guy is just lost at this point. His Ampharos wakes up. Tries some Dragon Balls again. I'm not going to do any of that. I just go Rest. So at this point, this guy is thinking, alright, what the hell do I do to this thing? I can't crit it. I can't kill it. It's already taken out a couple of my Pokemon. I'm just going to go into Rotom here. From this point, he tries to use Overheat, which is something that does a huge amount of damage for the first couple turns it's used. The more you use it, it lowers the special attack power the Pokemon uses in it. So he was really going for a home run hit with Overheat there. Didn't work out for him. He switches back into Ampharos. And at this point, this guy is just... he's resting, he's waiting out the time. He's not going to let either of his Pokemon die. He's trying to figure out what he can do to this thing. And both of us are just kind of stalled. We're just waiting for the other to do something. And he hasn't called. I don't know if it's here or if it's later, but right here, he uses Trill. What that does is change items with the other person. Well, the thing is, I didn't have an item. My leftovers were knocked off a long time ago. But he had choice. He had a choice item, like a choice scarf or specs. I don't know which one it was. I can check later if you guys really care. What that'll do is the next move that I use, I'm locked into it. I guess he was hoping I would use Rest. No, it could have been Rest because then he would have been GP stalled out. I guess he was hoping that I Shell Smash or something of that nature. I was going for Infestation, which is still going to do turn-based damage to him, and it's going to still make Shuckle a nightmare. It's going to take a while before he gets this thing down, even if I can't Rest heal myself. Alright, so I just keep moving for this. He's just Brave Birding the hell out of this thing over and over and over again, trying to crack through the shell, so to speak. This bit's gonna take a while. There's nothing I can do to speed it up, not that I'm aware of. I'm pretty new to Pokemon Showdown. But, yeah. I figured I'd show you guys this battle in particular because this shows essentially the strategies that I'm trying to go for I know that this guy's probably annoyed. He just realized he forgot that he had Trick. He goes for Superpower, takes Mr. Relax out. I was hoping to stockpile and set up the same exact kind of ult as before. I just go for right here because I know that's going to threaten his Pokemon. He goes into his Mega Ampharos, which I should have expected. I tried to Thunderbolt. I knew that wasn't going to get me anywhere. I should have went for a Nasty Plot, and out of frustration, I went for it there. What Nasty Plot does is it brings his special attack. He's already now times 3. Unfortunately, the RNG. Ampharos wakes up just at the right time where I could have probably done some serious damage to him. And I say, okay, well, it's late game time. I might as well try my luck with Slurpuff, which is probably my biggest physical hitting Pokemon in this team. I'm with the Belly Drum, and I have a Citrus Berry that heals me back up past that halfway point. So I go for Play Rough, and I miss. That's got like an 80-90% chance of hitting, and I miss. And it's a super effective game on it as well. So I got frustrated. I tried to Play Rough again. This time it takes his big Ampharos out. Here I go again with another Pokemon that I could Play Rough, or I can also Drain Punch this, which is my move that gives me my health back. I miss Play Rough again. And then from there, he's in range and he Sucker Punches me. Oh my god. So Sucker Punch, what it does is if you are attacking, like if you're aggressive, Sucker Punch will hit you before you can hit. And as you see there, I said my Slurpuff is seriously losing to RNG. Lame. And he's like, I know, GG. And I said, oh well, GG. Well, if that Slurpuff hit, it would have knocked out that Murkrow thing, and the Rotom Heat. I could have very easily went into either Play Rough or a Drain Punch. I probably would have Drain Punched because my health was low. Probably got a 2-hit KO on it, and that would have been game. But no. Anyways, it was a really good game, and my ranking's really not that great in Pokemon Showdown. In fact, it's the lowest you can get right now. I did have it a little bit higher. Something like 150 points higher, which requires like 2 or 3 wins out of 5 or some crazy nonsense like that. Like you have to be winning more than you're losing to get up there. But I lost a couple games in a row. I'm tweaking around my strategy. I'm trying to figure out what does and doesn't work with this. And unfortunately, that game, oh man, that sucked so much. The chances of me missing those Play Roughs was really not very high. And with ×4 attack from my Belly Drum, I could have pretty much taken out anything since I was set up. But that's the name of the game, and that's why I said that rest would matter earlier. I can't be too mad because my Shuckle should have been dead a long time ago. Being able to live on that 4% really did make a huge difference in the game, and I guess that's just it evened out. But yeah, on both fronts, both of us played pretty well, except like for his one mistake, which he kept repeatedly making of not doing Trick sooner to shut down my Shuckle. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this whole Pokemon Showdown thing, let me know in the comment section below. I'll probably link it for you guys in the description if that's something you guys are into. And if you want to see on Team Builder my team and the way that everything is structured, and you want to try a similar tactic yourself, or you already have a similar tactic yourself, let me know, and we'll see where it goes. Alright guys, this has been WonderCat, and glad I finally decided to do a video. Too bad it was just a video on Pokemon Showdown, but because these are pretty easy to put together, this might be something I put together a lot. I have a lot of fun on Pokemon Showdown, and I get to try all sorts of wacky things, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I do. I am working on a Fairy Fencer F review, but I think that that's quite a ways away. But yeah, 70-turn Pokemon battle, guys. The power of Shuckle. Alright, well, this has been WonderCat, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.